Welcome back, Ranger Nation. I'm Emma Spoorleader.
And I'm Kaylee Brown. Up ahead, we'll take a look at Family Day that took place on Saturday.
We'll also hear about a fun act that performed on campus. Stay tuned. NWTV7 News will be right back.
To keep my hands on myself. Dust them off, put them back up on the shelf. Kiss my little baby girl is in need. Am I coming out of left field? Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks. I've been feeling it since 1966. Might be over now, but I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks. Let me kick it like it's 1986.
A suicide prevention seminar took place on Northwestern's campus last week. Let's take a closer look at this seminar that I was able to attend. 1 in 10 college students make a plan for suicide, and every 12 minutes, one person commits suicide. September 10th is World Suicide Prevention Day, and on September 12th, Northwestern student athletes were required to attend a seminar about suicide and drug and alcohol abuse. In addition to attending the seminar, I was able to talk with Director of Counseling and Career Services, Taylor Wilson, about why there is a stigma in speaking out about mental health.
Well, from a counseling perspective, I have no idea, because I like mental health, talking about it all the time. But because from a different perspective, like the people that are against it, I feel like it's because they feel like they're going to be seen as weak. But in reality, if you don't talk about your feelings, then it will catch up with you at the wrong time. And like, for instance, if you're walking down the street or something and somebody's like, oh, your shoe's untied, and you just go off on them because you have not expressed how you felt to anybody else. And people, I don't know, I wish more people would talk about their feelings.
The seminar consisted of 3 speakers, all of which gave testimonies as to why mental health is important and tragedies that can occur and have impacted the lives of someone because of drug and alcohol abuse. Oklahoma State Trooper Josh Bird's main point was this:
do not make me have to go tell your mom that you're dead.
If there is ever a moment where you are contemplating suicide, please seek help. Don't let the stigma against mental health lead you or someone you love to becoming another statistic. Talk to campus counseling services, use the crisis text line, or call the National Suicide Hotline.
On September 10th, the 3 redneck tenors came and performed in Harrod Hall. Matthew Lord, Craig Bulmer, and Blake Davidson made up the trio. They performed a variety of different songs, such as Somewhere Over the Rainbow and Grease Lightning, and everyone's favorite, Tomorrow from Annie.
I just stick out my chin and breathe and say, tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow.
NWTV7 reporter Ethan Everson attended and asked a fellow student what he thought of the concert.
I thought it was a good show. It's the first time I've ever been to a concert here at Northwestern, and the people were very talented. Well, they told a lot of jokes. I didn't really know how it was going to be. They sang some songs, and, you know, like I said, they're really talented.
The families of Northwestern students were encouraged to attend Northwestern Family Day on Saturday. Here is NWTV7 reporter Leah Darnell with more on what events took place.
On September 14th, families came together at Northwestern for a variety of Family Day activities. The variety of activities included shopping for tuition, where students can register as many times as they wish for the tuition giveaway, which included $500, $300, and $200. As part of the festivities, alumni and their families came together with other alumni and ate together, reconnected, shared stories, and at the end, there was various drawings for different prizes. At noon, families registered for the Family Day event. I had the chance to ask 2 families how far they traveled and why they decided to come to Family Day.
329 miles. Because we wanted to see our son, and it's his first year here, and we wanted to make sure he was doing okay.
641 miles. Well, it's a gathering of the people from Northwest Oklahoma State, and meet some of the parents, and again to see my daughter. To see my daughter especially.
During the presidential pregame, Kayla Mossberg, the Dean of Student Affairs, welcomed students and their families and introduced Northwestern President Janet Cunningham.
Welcome to Family Day 2019. We're excited everybody's here. And now it is my pleasure to introduce to you NWOSU's President, Dr. Janet Cunningham. I know so many of the positive things that happen here for Northwestern students, faculty, and staff is due to her leadership, and we're definitely lucky to have such an amazing leader here at this university. She cares greatly about the success of Northwestern students and is undoubtedly their biggest supporter here at this university. A lifelong Ranger and a graduate of Northwestern, I know Dr. Cunningham cares greatly about their full college experience. So now, at this time, I'd like to introduce our president, Dr. Janet Cunningham.
One of the things that we are most proud of at Northwestern is that our students graduate with very low debt. More than 50% of our graduates graduate with no debt. And as a parent, that is a really important thing, I know for me, and I'm sure it is for you. Those who do graduate with some debt, the average is less than $10,000, and that's incredible when you think about a 4-year degree.
Before kickoff, there was an all-you-can-eat tailgate, which included hamburgers, hot dogs, chips, and cookies. At halftime, the winners of the tuition giveaway and the family that traveled the furthest was announced. This has been Leah Darnell reporting for NWTV7. Back to you in the studio.
Up next, Catherine and Nick will tell us about a few Ranger athletic events that took place over the weekend.
And now sports.
Welcome back, I'm Catherine Ball.
And I'm Nick Dill.
I had the opportunity to speak with some fellow Northwestern rodeo athletes who won big over this last summer. Let's take a closer look.
This last summer, Northwestern Oklahoma State gained 2 more national championship rodeo athletes, senior Taylor Munsell in the breakaway roping and junior Bridger Anderson in the steer wrestling. When asked how she felt before, during, and after the run, Taylor said she had a lot of confidence going in. She knew what her and her horse's abilities were, and she believed that she could win. When asked what Bridger thought before, during, and after the run, this is what he said.
Oh, I didn't get too nervous on I guess I got a little nervous on the first 3 runs, but I wasn't nervous at all in the short round. I just wanted to get out behind the barrier and get my hands on them. As long as I could throw 4 down, I figured we could get it done. First 3 was just kind of, like I said, just get my hands on them, get them thrown down. Short round, I missed the left horn on my steer, and it did not go very good. So that run, what was going through my head was just sheer panic and just try to grab a hold of something and throw them down. It was very relieving because I almost messed that steer up and let him go. And when I looked up and I seen that I'd beat it by a 10th, it was a huge wave of relief went over top of me.
Another huge accomplishment for Northwestern is head rodeo coach Stockton Graves winning the steer wrestling at the WCRA rodeo. Not only did he win the steer wrestling, he got to take home a check for over $62,000. When asked if there was ever a time in rodeo that he felt like he needed to give up, he said, "There's always going to be times when money gets tight and you're not sure when you can do it. But you have to keep in mind that in rodeo, you only get a certain amount of runs. You only get a certain amount of time. So you just have to keep going until your body gives out." Congratulations to Bridger Anderson, Taylor Munsell, and head coach Stockton Graves. Also, this weekend is the first rodeo of the fall semester for the Rangers at Colby, Kansas. Good luck, Rangers.
Western Oklahoma State's women's volleyball team swept the first day of the Tiger Classic. The Lady Rangers showed an incredible fight in their first 2 matches of the weekend, as both games went to 5 sets. Their rematch against Newman was a similar showing to their first match, as both teams went point for point throughout most of the match. Northwestern took the first 2 sets of their second match against Western Colorado, and then lost the next 2 before finishing it in the 5th. Katie Honeycutt had a weekend with the team leading 29 kills on the day and 40 digs. Jennifer Eubanks was not far behind with 24 kills and a hitting percentage of .450 in match 1 and .438 in match 2. Eubanks also earned a team leading 14 blocks and 1 service ace. The Lady Rangers are now 5-4.
Northwestern football home opener took place on Saturday. Here is the NWTV7 reporter Kaylee Brown, who was able to cover the game for us.
The Northwestern football team lost 24-15 in their first home game Saturday night. Turnovers killed the Rangers. Southeastern scored first with a 31-yard field goal, making the score 3-0. Torrance Stevens scored and the Rangers led 6-3. Southeastern responded back with a touchdown to make the score 10-6. Nick Dill tackled on a 27-yard field goal with a minute 58 remaining before halftime to make the score 10-9 at halftime, the Rangers losing. Southeastern would score again after a Northwestern turnover to increase the lead 17-9. Trent Easley connected a 40-yard touchdown pass to Kentrez Bell for the second touchdown of the game, making the score 17-15, the Rangers still trailing. With less than 2 minutes remaining in the game, Southeastern scored again to make the score 24-15. Northwestern threw a pick in the final 30 seconds of the game, and Southeastern secured the win. The Rangers are 1-1 this season. The Rangers travel to Arkadelphia, Arkansas to face off against Ouachita Baptist on Saturday, September 21st at 6 p.m.
Parker Rehorn of Northwestern men's golf tied for 17th in individual standings after the last round of the Great American Conference preview in Oklahoma City. The Rangers placed 8th overall in the team standings. Northwestern will host the 2019 Ranger Invite in Enid, Oklahoma this week, September 16th through the 17th. After the break, Emma and Kaylee will be back with more Northwestern news.
NWOSU sororities Alpha Sigma Alpha and Delta Zeta conducted their fall recruitment last week. Throughout the week, 8 recruits attended 3 nights of parties where they got familiar with sorority members and discussed opportunities available through both their organizations and their philanthropic partners. Concluding the festivities, Alpha Sigma Alpha and Delta Zeta each recognized 4 new members. Their sororities will hold continuous open bidding parties each month in hopes of getting more people involved.
Education majors took the lesson plans outside with the teacher tree this year. Here's Leah Darnell with more.
On September 6, 11 education majors joined together at the tree by the old schoolhouse and hung fabric scraps with their wishes on the tree. I had the opportunity to interview Laura Reed, a senior education major, about how the idea of the wishing tree came about.
For one of my classes called Intermediate Language Arts Methods, we had to do a literary circle activity, and my book is called Wishing Tree, or Wish Tree, and I wanted to do it with my little group, and so we did, and then it kind of caught on for the whole class.
I also had a chance to speak with Associate Professor of Education, Dr. Colleen Golightly, about what her favorite part is about the class.
I like the fact that she chose an activity that was very different versus having everyone stay in the classroom and sit at our desk and do a paper pencil assignment that we would have been confined to the classroom. She brought in an element that took all the students outside. It was a beautiful day outside, so the students actually got to see that learning takes place everywhere, not just within the confines of a classroom. So I loved hearing the part in the story from the Irish belief that the actual tying the ribbons on the tree, that the tree had magic and caused the wishes to come true. So the students all enjoyed going outside. I enjoyed going outside, so that was nice.
While I was speaking with Reed, she discussed what her favorite part about the wish tree is.
I have been surprised because I was out here with my friends and we were doing it, and a couple of people walked by and they wanted to do it, and so my favorite part is really just kind of like bringing people together for something that's fun and harmless and deep if you need it to be. You know what I'm saying?
This has been Leah Darnell reporting for NWTV7. Back to you in the studio.
That's it for us here at NWTV7.
Thanks for joining us today. Make sure to tune in next week for more Ranger news.